Friends, course learning outcomes form an integral part of course design in outcome-based education. Outcome-based education means clearly focusing and organizing everything in an educational system around what is essential for all the students to be able to do successfully at the end of their learning experiences. It means we start with a clear picture of what is important for students and then organize curriculum, instruction and assessment to make sure that this learning ultimately happens. Outcome-based education system aims at developing a clear set of essential learning outcomes and establishing the conditions and opportunities that enable students to achieve those essential learning outcomes. Now, what exactly are the learning outcomes? Outcomes are clear learning results that as teachers we want students to demonstrate at the end of significant learning experiences. Outcomes are actions and performances that reflect learners' competence in using the content, information, ideas and tools successfully. Course outcomes and course learning outcomes mean the same. Revised Bloom's taxonomy of learning levels guides the educators to formulate the levels of learning outcomes of any course in cognitive domain, that means thinking process. The different levels of learning in cognitive domain are remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate and create. There is a hierarchy of learning levels from remember, the lowest level, to create, which is the highest level. Now, let us see the guidelines which I have consolidated for the benefit of the faculty to formulate course learning outcomes at various cognitive levels. Guideline 1. Write the learning outcomes in terms of what the learner does after undergoing a particular course. It is performance part. And then we always write common stem for all the learning outcomes at the beginning. The common stem is this: after completing this course, the students should be able to, after completing this course successfully, the student should be able to, that is the common stem. Then the third one, the course learning outcome consists of three parts in general: performance part, condition part and criterion part. Performance part must be used always. Condition and criterion part wherever necessary to give the meaning, complete meaning to the course learning outcome. Performance part includes an action verb and subject. Condition means the conditions under which the learner will perform using a resource, for example a database or a specific context. Then criterion means how well the learner will perform, that means in terms of the quality parameter. Then the fourth guideline, the learning outcome must be achievable by the students, majority of the students. At the first year undergraduate level itself, you cannot put create. It cannot be achieved by all the majority of the students. You can put at apply level and analyze level. That is the meaning. The learning level outcome must be measurable. Choose the suitable action verb. Don't use the action verbs like remember, understand, know, acquire, imagine, appreciate, think, etc. These action verbs indicate only the learning process and not the outcome. Fix the learning level first. Cognitive level first. Then choose the action verb, suitable one for that level and not the other way around. Then seventh one, start writing each learning outcome with an action verb of the performance part. Use only one action verb in general for each learning outcome. That is sufficient. Then ninth one, the learning outcome must be easily understood by the students without any ambiguity. Simple sentences, not big paragraphs. For each learning outcome, cognitive level must be mentioned. The course learning outcomes may be mostly at understand level and higher. Better apply and higher also in many engineering courses. The number of course learning outcomes may be between 5 and 7 for a 3 or 4 credit course. For a 2 credit course, it may be 3 or 4 also. Please note once again that performance part is essential for any course learning outcome, but condition and criterion wherever necessary to give complete meaning for the course learning outcome. See, any subject, this content discussed in the class and is remembered and recalled by the student, the cognitive level is only remembered. Apply, analyze, evaluate and create. These levels always refer to unknown contexts. In the students' projects, there is a large scope in the learning outcomes at create and evaluate levels. Therefore, dear friends, the cognitive level of each learning outcome has to be carefully understood by the teacher while formulating learning outcomes of any course, and it must be mentioned against the learning outcome. The students will then be able to understand the cognitive level they have to achieve in that learning outcome and put in necessary effort and time. Now I shall give a few examples of course learning outcomes for some courses. After understanding the whole thing, you can relate the guidelines to your courses. For example, design and analysis of algorithms. What is the common stem here? After completion of this course successfully, students should be able to, that is the common stem, demonstrate a familiarity with major algorithms and data structures. This is performance part, because condition and criterion are not necessary here. What is the cognitive level? Understand. Apply important algorithmic design paradigms and methods of analysis. Cognitive level is apply level. Analyze the asymptotic performance of algorithms. Analyze level. Write rigorous correctness proofs for algorithms. Apply level. Now look at the fifth one, sir. Synthesize efficient algorithms. That is the performance part. Without any error. That is quality parameter. That means it is criterion part. In common engineering design situations. That is the context. That means the condition part. The fifth course learning outcome, therefore, consists of performance part, criterion part and condition part. Suppose some faculty think without any error is much of higher standard, it cannot be achievable, then you can remove. In order to make you understand what do we mean by performance part, condition part and criterion part, specifically I have given the fifth course learning outcome. Then analytical chemistry course at MSc level. You see, after completion of the course, the students will be able to, again common stem, apply the principles of data analysis to the results, etc. Apply the basic concepts of volumetric and gravimetric analysis, etc. You see, sir, 2 apply level, 2 analyze level, 3 analyze level, and 1 evaluate level. This is way you should write the course learning outcomes. It is not explained. The students will be able to explain the principles of volumetric analysis, principles of thermal analysis. No. Apply, analyze, and evaluate level wherever possible. That is important, sir. Then classical sociology theory. It's an example for social sciences. Here also you see, sir, 2 understand level, then see analyze level also. Analyze original source material in the form of monographs and articles by classical thinkers like Marx, Weber, Durkheim, Simmel, and others from 19th century to mid. This is the cognitive level, is analyze level, sir. Right? Apply key classical social theories to current social problems and issues. Again, applies level. Construct outline of the history of the emergence of the discipline of sociology. Analyze level. Again, educational psychology. See, sir. Analyze the classroom process, including teacher effectiveness, school organization and organization factors. Analyze level. You can see here, among 5 course learning outcomes, you see here 1 understand level, 2 apply level, 1 analyze level, and 1 evaluate level of very high standard. Then principles of management also. You have out of 6 course learning outcomes, you have 2 apply level, right? And then 2 analyze level and 2 evaluate level. See, then mathematics, 1 first BTech level. See here also, out of 6 course learning outcomes, you have 5 apply level and 1 analyze level. And physics, again first BTech level, you have out of 5, you have 2 understand level and then 3 apply level. Even English for technical communication, you have 1 understand level and then 2, 3, 5 apply level out of 6 course learning outcomes. You can go through leisurely the course learning outcomes of the courses of your interest, right? Now, what is the conclusion, sir? Course learning outcomes must be of good standard. The CLOs are to be formulated in such a way that they map well with many of the program learning outcomes. That is very important, sir. I hope that the guidelines and examples discussed in this video will benefit the faculty in formulating standard CLOs, course learning outcomes for their courses. Thank you very much.